I don't wanna wait. I don't wanna wait no longer. Cause time just a waste. And baby, we ain't getting no younger. Can you give it all to me? Hey, can you love unconditionally? Me, I know be guy with the do chaka chaka. Me, I play it cool with finesse tiki taka. Give you all this loving that I dance from Bakata. Ooh, I just wanna show you love, baby. I just wanna give you love, baby. Why you gonna make it tough, baby? Ooh, yeah. Ooh, I just wanna show you off, baby. Okay, so Bitcoin has made its all-time high, everyone. It's literally made its all-time high, tapped in at 70k. But just take a look at this. Take a look at this. It's just gone a straight line up, and no gas. I'm still standing on the potential bull trap, and it's just getting deeper and deeper and deeper. So if you are seeing this video and seeing Bitcoin at all times high, if you are new here, never FOMO in. If you are new to technical analysis and don't know all that stuff, what goes up eventually has to come down, and what Bitcoin has done right now has made no structural support. So yeah, it's nothing to worry about. Of course, you're not late on anything. Time's getting shorter, but you're not late. And ultimately, I feel soon it will present the last best opportunity, and it's shown us the heights it's reaching. So with what Bitcoin has done, I'm interested. I'm very interested. I thought this wasn't going to happen until summer, to be honest, but it's happened earlier, which is kind of confirming when it comes to the altcoins. At the end of this year, there could be good profit opportunities. Obviously, end of 2024, going into 2025 with the altcoins, because Bitcoin needs to move first. But welcome everybody. This is Crypto Angles podcast number, is it 49 or 50? I can't remember. It's one of the two. But welcome. My name is Kelita Sahliah. If you are new, I'm a mother, a real angel, and of course I dabble in crypto because this is why we're here. So over here I combine astrology of the sky with the crypto market to see how it may or may not be impacting. So as I says, it's the sky. So the stars, the moon, the sun that you see outside every day, that's what I look at, not mainstream tropical astrology. So if you are new here, usually what we do is we check out some gematria connections on the world stage if anything piques my interest, but nothing has, again, for the third video in a row. And then we look at the astrological story of what's happening, and then we'll move on to the technical analysis for Bitcoin, XRP, and ZDXY. So with this astrological story, this cycle, where are we going from the 10th to the 16th? So what's happening? We're getting our new moon. Lilith is going in Scorpio, but that's not really that important. And we're getting the sun going into Pisces. Why this is important, as well as what Mercury entering Pisces recently. Super volatility in the market. It's already been a bit volatile, but I feel it's going to get extra volatile with this Pisces energy coming through, as it is water, and I've mentioned that in the last video. But yeah, we'll talk about the sun first, and then we'll move on to the moon. So the sun is it represents the ego and the lens which you operate through ultimately. So it's like we're entering into this rebirth state, and as I says, with it being water as well as Mercury, how we exchange our energy. Mercury is big on cryptocurrency and things of that nature. Going into the Pisces element, Pisces being water, the market is water, and this is why I'm seeing a lot of volatility happening now. Also, as I said, it's kind of like a rebirth. Pisces being the last zodiac sign, it's kind of like a rebirth of the energy. So even when it comes to the crypto market, it's getting ready to do its rebirth.
and everything of that nature. And as I mentioned at the beginning, Bitcoin has to lead first. So yeah, it has to lead first. So it's obviously doing that and setting up the scene at the beginning of the year, because this is the new year, March. Technically, we begin our new year, the spring equinox, round about when the sun enters Pisces. So the new year's now, people, and crypto has basically made noise. It's made noise, it's drawn people's attention to it when the new year began, as the new year has begun. Not January, it was still doing its thing, it moved a bit, but I feel it's really setting the scene now for crypto for the rest of 2024. Now, coming just back on the micro aspect for this cycle, just the moon. So it's a new moon in Aquarius. When it's new moons, price likes to find its resistance level, its next resistance level, before it gets rejected. Now, this can happen in different ways. It can get rejected and then retrace back up, or it could just get fully rejected and it just goes down. It just goes down. So we'll see when we look at the charts anyway. But when it comes to the moon energy, it lasts 5 days before and 5 days after. So we are on Sunday now, on the day of the new moon fully. So it's 5 days after this we're going to be in this resistance level period. So I'm kind of giving up until the transition, because the energies will flip. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we're in this transition phase when the energy flips into the first quarter moon. So this is the first quarter moon, and then we're of course going to flip into finding its support, its next level of support. So things I want to bring awareness to, obviously with how high Bitcoin has gone, I'm kind of anticipating we could be hovering around that levels, trying to retest it to get this resistance, and that could happen up until this point. Or we could just, if Bitcoin is happy with that resistance level, it could we could see the retracement happening. But if it hasn't fully found it yet, we've got up until the 17th ultimately, if it hovers out and just lingers up there, or if we get this harsh rejection. So we'll see. But something I do want to bring your awareness to is this video that I spoke about. It is on my YouTube, it's on my TikTok as well. But leave the world behind, signals when crypto will surge. This is interesting because what came up was the full moons during Mercury retrograde. So we've done Gematria connections. There's a short video on my TikTok and YouTube, so you can check that out. And then there's the longer formed video where I show more of the Gematria connections and do the technical analysis as well. Where is it? I'll just show you. So both of them are there. So this is a short version that's also on my TikTok, feel free to watch it, and this is the longer version. But what brings my awareness is into the new calendar, which begins in April. Begins in April, here we are, April 2024. We get our Mercury retrograde, Mercury stations retrograde right here in Pisces. So it stations retrograde in Pisces. And what do we have? We have a full moon, pink moon in Libra before it stations direct. Now, all of the retrogrades happening in 2024 have a full moon in it. So this is why, do check out these videos, check them out. Or make sure as well you grab a calendar and you can follow along. There's digital and physical copies available. If you still want the old one, you can still back test and learn from it. And of course the new one is here as well. But I'm paying attention, of course, to these full moons. When I say we'll show how it will surge, full moons like to find the bottom, and then once it's found its bottom, it then continues up. So I'm just paying attention, of course, to how low we could potentially be retesting after we get rejected in the middle of March. Find our resistance level. it's just observing how low we could go. And of course, both full moons, we've either got this full moon in Virgo, or we have in April 2024 this full pink moon in Libra. So I'm just really interested. Of course, April we have the Bitcoin halving. So could we potentially be getting our lows in March here, or our retest after this rejection, or are we having lows in April? So we're just going to observe all of that, and I'm also just going to show you, so I'm not gassing, that the sun is entering Pisces on the 12th, because this is important and why I don't use mainstream tropical astrology. But as you can see, we've got the sun, we've got the date 10th of March up here, right there. Where's the sun? The sun is here. We've got Pisces here. It's literally getting ready. It's on the cusp of Aquarius and Pisces. As you can see, Saturn's in Aquarius, and Pluto is literally transiting into Capricorn as we speak. So this is why follow the sky, people, not mainstream tropical astrology. But anyway, let's get into, we'll reference back to the astrological story throughout this, but let's get into the Bitcoin technical analysis. Now, the first thing I would like to point out for you, we'll do XRP and the DXY if I've forgotten to say that. So, the RSI. This RSI. I'm telling you, this RSI is doing nothing but creating the most obvious bearish divergence. So i.e. a bull trap. And this is why I still stand on it, because even though video by video, once I put out that bull trap video, where was it? I put it out, I was like, bull trap, what, 3 W's ago again, and it's just like, it seems like it's just reinforcing this bull trap narrative. Why? Because people are gonna, like, it makes sense. It makes sense. Bitcoin has reached its all-time high, because when it was just hovering here, this is when I was doing my video saying, could this be a bull trap? And here as well. But with the market makers pushing it up past its all-time high, literally past its all-time high, this is going to do nothing but cause people to fear and to FOMO into the market. It will cause them to FOMO, especially if you don't understand technical analysis. You'll see, oh, straight line, and you'll think it's happened before. People have hyped up crypto. It's only going to continue up. So even if, as I says, we are still in this new moon energy, so even if Bitcoin wants to continue going up a little more to find its new level of resistance, and of course it would be completely new if it continues past 70k. So it's going to find a complete new level of resistance, but we're still in this energy, I'll say, up until next Sunday. So do keep that in mind if you're seeing a lot of hype being spoken about in the crypto market. We're still in that energy where it could go up a little bit more to cause more FOMO, for more people to enter, so I'm not missing out on this. And then, just like what it needs to do, price needs to retrace. And I'm only speaking more highly of it because just looking at this bearish divergence on the RSI, as I says, back over here, January 2023, the RSI is actually higher than the price. Again, so this is what you can, when you can spot a bearish divergence, and it's the opposite if it's a bullish divergence. But we then, of course, I mentioned it in my last video, but we've had the RSI here, slightly lower than this point, but of course price is higher than where it was here, showing, oh, okay, what's going on? And then it just continues. It literally just continues. That's all it's doing. That's all it's doing. We had this high come in on the RSI, still slightly lower, literally slightly lower than this zone here, but of course price was all the way up here, but it's less on the RSI, and it's literally done it again. Let's just zoom in on this, just the actual candlesticks. Oh wait, there. So we can see the candlesticks. We had this high, price was there. We then have on the RSI, it's lower, and we reached this. It was this candle right there. Is it still like small? Let's try zoom in a bit more. Just want to show the actual candle. And as you can see by the candles alone, this is looking like it's ready for more continuation. So as I says, still being in this, finding its resistance level. Just look at the candle, that's ready for more continuation right there. But again, we had a smaller RSI and price has gone higher than this point. And look at it, price is already getting ready to go higher. But where's the RSI? On the RSI level, could we get topped out at this yellow moving average or just a bit above it, but ultimately creating a lower high than this point on the RSI, whereas price could be going higher. It could be going higher. So all that would kind of confirm to me is like, okay, it's just gone up and up, but there's a bearish divergence, which is signaling this is going to come down soon, after so many people have potentially just FOMO'd in at the very top of it. And of course, if Bitcoin is getting ready to do that, or with how Bitcoin has moved, it's just going to pull the rest of the altcoins up even more. Like, that's all it's going to do. So I feel when it comes to Bitcoin, of course, I'm not giving financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor. I just don't feel it's wise to be buying anything at this point. It's just done a straight line up. It's done the straightest line. So never FOMO. Never FOMO, because it doing the straightest line, it needs to retrace. So it's looking at the potential places for it to retrace to. So let's take a look at the drawings. Let's take a look. So as you can see, this parallel channel for me is quite interesting. I'm going to be paying attention to it. How high could Bitcoin go? I don't even know at this point. Let me just move this down. Don't need to see the RSI anymore. Why is the chart doing this? It's not doing what I want it to do. Let's take a look on a larger time frame. Look at that. Look at that. So obviously this was dramatic because it broke into new all-time highs. Will it just continue up, and will it use this point as its retracement? That's a possibility. I don't feel that would be healthy if it uses around this 66k mark. Let's put the lines, yeah, because we had wicks, so it's kind of like price settled at this 65 to 66k. Would price want to, as it's broken through that, would it want to just retest here and then continue up? It's a possibility. I'm not ruling it out, because ultimately, as I says, when it comes to the moons, price, it just finds its next local support or resistance. So this could well be it, you know. But then just looking at it on this bigger time frame, it just looks like this straight line thing, and the most healthiest thing to do is to come back and at least retest the outside of this parallel channel. We could come into it, retesting even the bottom of it at the lowest. I feel that that is basically the lowest it could retrace to, but it may not. As I said, just looking at it a bit clearer, there's just not a lot of trading happening here, and it's like it needs to be filled. So that's why I'm more inclined for it to potentially retrace. But when Bitcoin wants to do what it wants to do, it's just gonna do it. So that's why I'm also not ruling out this short retracement and then continuation up. Though I feel it would be super healthy, and of course for entries, it would be amazing for Bitcoin to come back and even just retest this line, 33k Bitcoin. And I feel why I'm not ruling that out, because we're just getting such a strong bearish divergence, and price is just going up and up and up. But why I'm not ruling that out is because the market makers like to play with your emotions. And what's the best way than Bitcoin not even getting close to its all-time high, is past it. It's basically past it. It's tipped up above it, probably push it up higher, and then just pull the rug. Obviously not a full rug pull and it goes to zero, but it just pulls it to crush more people's emotion. But when you look at it from a technical analysis perspective, it would be healthy even if it comes back down to 33k. As I said, I'm keeping an eye on this parallel channel, and we'll just have to see how it goes. I can't predict the future, because I thought this could have been happening in in August, summer, Bitcoin reaching its all-time high. I said there's no reason for it to not reach its all-time high by then, but clearly it's doing it now. So I just feel it's going to be a very interesting ride in this crypto space this year. I feel it's getting exciting. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Just looking at this basic chart, I do feel it just will be healthy to come back down. At minimum, trading above this parallel channel and then continue on up, but possibly at best, sorry, trading along this channel. Or would I say at best? At best, it's best to come down as low as you can. But I feel it would just be healthy. We've had this nice structural support coming in here, and if it comes back down, I just wouldn't be worried if Bitcoin comes here. It's just an amazing discount from where it is at now, basically. But we could also hover at the 46 level, come back down to there, and then trade. Will that happen in this full moon, Virgo? We'll have to see how it reacts to this resistance level of this new moon energy, before we could see where this could be. Because I don't want to say, oh, it's gonna be here or here or here. I don't know how price is just going to react, especially if Bitcoin price has just gone up a lot. So many people are into it. Something could happen on the world stage to create noise, to create fear, doubt, uncertainty, and people just pull their profits, you know, bringing the price down. Yeah. So we'll see what happens on this world stage anyway. But just looking at Bitcoin, even on the 2-day, it just looks like it's getting ready to bring in a next leg. And I also have to admit, why isn't the chart moving anymore? Oh, I'll have to do it like this. My bad. Sorry. Where it could potentially go. Let's pull a fib. Let's pull a fib. So I'm gonna do from this swing high to this swing low. So I've done it this way. Interesting. I'm not gonna lie, I can read the fibs a little better the other way around. But we kind of traded straight through. I can't get rid of these lines, sorry. The fibs stay on there. Like if I get rid of the drawing, it gets rid of the fib as well. So you kind of have to just look deep with me now. We're above that 168 though, and past this green kind of buying zone. So I don't know, will Bitcoin really crush people's faces even more? Could it literally surprise us all and hit up to 100k? Do you think it could do that now? Let me know your thoughts with where or how high it could potentially go. I feel obviously it's got a lot of room to grow, as you can see with these fib levels. It has, I just really feel for it to be healthy and for it to maintain and sustain these higher highs, needs to be a little retracement. You know, it really does. I'm going to draw the fib on the opposite way. Let me just draw it the opposite way. Yeah, it just went straight past the golden pocket. It did kind of retest it a little. It got a bit close to it there though. It did get a bit close to it. So, and again, we're getting this, the 0.5 sat by this parallel channel. So even if, could we retrace back down to this 0.5? And what did it look like the other way? What did it look like the other way? Sorry, just doing it again. I didn't see anything. I missed something. Okay, so I'm just looking at it. Even if it comes back down, not even necessarily to this 0.5 fib, if it tries to retrace back down to this, then that brings us into the parallel channel. So again, if Bitcoin's reaching back at 40, 30 odd K, then it's just nothing to be worried about. And there's a possibility, if it just goes a bit higher, of retesting the bottom of the golden pocket, which is closer to the parallel channel. So I don't know, I'm still like learning my fibs and reading them and stuff, but just on basic or technical analysis, this has just gone up in the straightest of lines, the straightest of lines. So get a brush, even if it goes up a little bit more, creates its new all-time whatever, it could be higher than that, hovers, tries to retrace, comes down, touches this at worst, comes back down lower, pops back out of it quickly, hovers, retests its all-time high, little rejection, and then fully breaks through, or fully breaks through this new zone it's making right now. That's a possibility, and it may not go this low, a little higher possibly, but we'll see. I'm going to be paying attention to the moons. We're also getting our eclipse, so we are getting our eclipse energy coming in here, solar eclipse. So it starts in March, the whole eclipse, the 2 cycles of the eclipse energy. It starts in March, end of March, and it finishes obviously April the 8th, as we get our solar eclipse here. So this is also, eclipse energy is the flipping of the energies in the market. So it's getting ready to flip the energy. So it's like it could look a bit disruptive, even probably going into April maybe. When I say disruptive, volatility, retesting things, but ultimately, even if it's until that eclipse energy kicks in, it's like that restructuring, like the eclipse may bring that restructuring energy that the market needs for it to continue in a healthy, sustainable way. But that's basically what I'm seeing for Bitcoin. I don't know how high it will go. I'd appreciate people, you could write, how high do you feel it would go to find its new level of resistance? So that's the question. Write a comment, let me know. Oh, pardon. How high do you think it will go? Where do you think its new level of resistance will be? Will it be in somewhere in the 70s? Could it top out at 80? Yeah, we reached, what was it, 69 as our last all-time high. Could it just do 10k more? 79? 80? Could it push up to a fib level into the 100k? That will be wild. But do let me know your thoughts anyway. Just looking on the smaller time frame. What's this? A 4 hour? Like I said, looking at the RSI, I'm like, oh, is there much room? But the RSI could just come up, touch just a little over the 70 mark, but that could just send price up much more, like with what it's been doing. So yeah, it's just keeping an eye on it, but don't FOMO. I feel now's the best time. You could probably grab some altcoins and benefit off this Bitcoin move as it pours into the altcoins, of course the ones that haven't moved. But I feel when it comes to Bitcoin, it's just the perfect time now to be ready. I feel we're going to be hearing a lot of people who's made quite a bit of profit off of meme coins and things of that nature, and it's going to cause a lot of hype in the crypto market. Oh, can I do this? As I says, we had Floki and everything just do the most. Floki, Shib, I think Floki's done more, and I entered Floki just off a Gematria connection. I entered it, I was like, you know what, let me just throw in £20, and it that went up quite a bit. It went up a lot, to be honest, from £20. So I was just like, and I was just playing. So Floki's come up in a connection with the world stage, as well as Shiba Inu, as well as XPR, as well as XDC, quite a few of them. So yeah, this one obviously has moved. You've got some other ones that haven't moved as much, so there's still possibility to kind of get in there. But ultimately, when Bitcoin falls, these will too. So even if you haven't, if you've missed it, there'll be other opportunities, yeah, you know, bro. Yeah, I don't think there's any much need to check the other things. Obviously, we had our moon come in. Quick look at some of these ribbons. Yeah, and it's like, even with the ribbons, the way they're still just pointing. Oh, what am I doing? I'm just drawing. The way the ribbons are just pointing up, it's like that literally could push Bitcoin up this last leg up. I feel this will be its last leg up where it goes. Yeah, it's literally just pushing it up quite nicely, to be fair. Where's this one? It's not showing it. Oh, it's this one. Why are the SMAs not coming up? I don't know what's going on there. The SMAs aren't coming up. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so again, it's just following along the 8. And that could bring it up that little bit more. Planetary alignments, the luminaries. Why does it do this? Is it because it's all the way down there? Oh. Okay. Oh, interesting. Yeah. All of these, they're sloping up on the 4 hour anyway. Uranus is underneath. Why is it on the daily though? I like the fact that Uranus is at the bottom on the 4 hour, but because they're super extended from it, it wouldn't surprise me again for the retrace. Oh, Uranus is soon getting ready to cross over. It's soon getting ready to cross over. So again, as these luminary moving averages come up, price could find support off it. It could find support off it, like a little closer to it, whether that's the top of this or in it. But will it go back down to this level? Let me know, people. Let's move on to XRP. So XRPZ in the his. Okay. Oh, right. I'm just gonna hide these for now. So to summarize with Bitcoin, I am seeing it moving up more. So of course, whether that will go as high, I don't know, but it's moved up a lot anyway. So it's just going to pull the rest of the crypto market up with it. XRP has come out of this interesting triangle. Did I even draw it properly? Yeah, so I drew it on the line, and it has broken out of that little triangle, which is good. And it's also hovering on the top, like just on this parallel channel, so instead of trading in it. So again, it's healthy to see higher lows each time. It is healthy to have that in. And if Bitcoin goes up, I feel it will bounce off of this parallel channel, basically. I don't want to, like, I don't feel, I think it's moved to another triangle. No, because then it would have touched that point. So I'm going to just leave you where you were. I'll leave that there. So just taking a look at the lines. Wrong way. Did we get a monthly candle? No, that was February. Not had March yet. The way XRP moves is just hilarious to me. It's really hilarious. Obviously it did break out of that channel, but this triangle, but where the wicks are though, could be doing its own thing. I'm just going to put in another one just on the actual wicks instead of the line. If it hit that, wicked out of it, we'll do that. There's a potential that there's like another little triangle there that it may have some resistance to get out from, but what I'm seeing quite strongly is that it's literally on the cusp of this parallel channel, and it is an important one. I've shown you we were trading within this parallel channel since its inception. So when it started, it traded in it, and then it jumped out, and then blah blah, and then we've just basically come back into this channel. This XRP chart doesn't have it from its inception, but it's quite an important channel, just like Bitcoin. So before here it was trading in it, and then it jumped up and then traded, used it as its support, came back down, broke into it, used it as its support, and as it was its resistance, broke through, came back in it again. So it's like we're just sat on it right now. So I kind of feel that XRP hasn't moved that much compared to how Bitcoin's moved, compared to even how Floki, for crying out loud, compared to how Floki's move. Let's just take a look at the percentage of this. Let's take a look. So I got in randomly like October about here. I was like, just buy it. So it moved up. It done a 560% move. Floki. That's just one example. Bitcoin. What was Bitcoin's? I'm gonna go from October as well. Where's this thing? No, that's January. I'll do it from here. So Bitcoin done 115% move. 115, and if you're just not gonna even count this part, you can even just go from here. From where it was, and still that's 77% move Bitcoin's done. So from like the 70s to 100% move Bitcoin's done. But what has XRP done? What has XRP done? So you can clearly see, I've just shown Floki as one example, but there's others that have moved. But in this time we had what? October, we went up, we had a bit of relief, and then we just came down. So when Bitcoin is out there doing 100% move, XRP went down. I don't understand this coin, but I like it. It makes me laugh. So yeah, and like the percentage move it's done, even just from there, it's done a, let's get rid of these things, highs of 32% move. It's something, but it's capped out at 20, 22, 23. So what is this telling me? This is telling me, obviously, as Bitcoin will pour over the liquidity once it's finished. Bitcoin needs to continue its show, and it needs to finish. But once it's finished doing that, more of the altcoins will move. A lot have still moved already, but more of them, and maybe this could be where XRP comes into this. So just looking at it here, it's like it's getting ready, especially if it's now using this parallel channel as its support. If Bitcoin goes up a bit more, it gives it enough strength to just maintain this before, because you know the way XRP moves, it just jumps up like a lunatic at times. Just look, it's just going and then falls down 90% of what it done. But I don't know, I feel we may see this just move by itself as the other coins have kind of just started to move, like SHIB, all of them. Has Proton moved? I don't even know if it's moved that much, but I feel XRP will be a bit may move by itself, you know. I feel we're definitely due a, even Proton, even Proton's done more. Like, it seems like it's done more. XPR, wow, it's done a 130% move. 130% move, but XRP's done 32%. I swear, this coin, I just oh gosh, yeah. So imagine if XRP is getting ready to do its move just like the rest of the market, and it, you know, it wants to catch up. If we have even 100% move, we just keep it at 100, it could bring us back to that $1. We'll reach the $1 range and above. If XRP even has the capacity to continue like the other markets. I'm not even talking about 500% like what Floki done, because that was like, it had many Satoshi zeros on there. But yeah, so I don't know, I feel probably when people are just even more fed up with this, I feel as long as it can maintain this parallel channel as a support, instead of breaking back into it, because if it breaks back into it, I just so what are you doing? Because we've continuously made higher lows continuously, which is good. So breaking back into it won't really be the best, unless we're just tapping onto this dotted blue line to create another higher low. But if we go lower, I don't know, but if we can maintain this as support, that could be the spring momentum used to kind of push us off. So let's just throw on a fib. Look at that swing low to this swing high. And where it is on the fibs anyway, we were at a good buying opportunity for XRP, and as I mentioned in my last video, I feel even where it is now, it don't really make much of a difference for this coin because it's barely moved. So I do feel, as I says with Bitcoin, I wouldn't really recommend getting in at the top. I do feel this one is still at an amazing entry price personally. Yeah, we even literally on one wick on the W time frame, we came back and retested this amazing buying, the 888 just above it, and then went back through the golden pocket. So it's kind of like it did retest these things. Oh, this looks so super messy. Let's make it bigger. Yeah, it retested the top of the golden pocket nicely, so I feel this is a good sign personally, I do feel that that is a good sign. It retests in the golden pocket on the daily. Will it try and retest it again? It all depends what Bitcoin's doing, I guess. But it could even use that as a support and then continuation up. And again, it is retesting this green triangle that it's recently broken out from. So just taking a peep at the RSI. I didn't look at it. Oh gosh. So oh gosh, okay. The RSI is looking like it wants to go down. We're clearly rejecting. It looks like it wants to go down, so we could well potentially just retest. Was that 58 at lowest? 59? And that's a possibility. Why is this not picking up as much liquidity as the rest of them? Maybe it is as awful as people say. Like, maybe. Let's not rule anything out. We don't know. That's why never have your eggs in one basket. I guess let's just draw the fibs the opposite way. So I'm doing it from the candlesticks, not really the wicks. I'm doing it in the reverse. We were rejected off the golden pocket. We were rejected off it. So I guess if we can hold this parallel channel, and especially if we can get into the golden pocket, it's 0.618, that's 64 cents, then it's definitely looking more continuation to the upside. If we can't maintain that 59 cents as a lowest, it may even wick to 58 because XRP is 58 in Gematria. So it may just go to that price if it wants to, because the RSI is just looking a bit weak. Before possible continuation. But let's take a look at the dollar now. So again, on the W time frame, we made this head and shoulder, and it seems as if it wants to retest this zone. So I don't know. If Bitcoin goes up a little bit more, will XRP just go down? Have they decoupled? It's a possibility. Because sometimes XRP does its own thing. So this is why it's like, if we do get a retracement in XRP, but Bitcoin's still going up, I feel that's more of a confirmation. XRP is going to be isolated, and it's going to create a move out of the blue that no one was expecting, when probably the rest of them have finished doing what they're doing. So yeah, keep that in mind. Let's just a quick look at these moving averages. They are getting ready to slope to the upside though, so I feel if it does retrace, it may gain its support off of the EMA ribbons. It may gain support off that for continuation up, so do keep that in mind. They are sloping up, which is a good sign. Again, the 200 isn't below. The 200 right now is above the 8 and the 55. So it would be good, obviously, when that crosses back over. Why does it do this? Oh, it's just not working. That's what I'm seeing for XRP though. I feel my mouse slowly getting tired. I always start these videos, I'm like, let me just not do it for that long. Especially when I don't go over the Gematria connections, but you can tell when I start slowing down in my speech. So DXY. We'll take a look at what the dollar is doing. Yes, and it went down. It went down. Will it do this measured move? Maybe not, because look, it's created a higher low. But because I was just like, oh, if it continues up, that could be our measured move, and that could still happen. Maybe not though, but it could still happen, because there was, oh, this is a bigger time frame. Let's just make it smaller so we can see. Just hide, so no, I don't need to. We're at the end of it, so we've done well. We've done well. So, I don't know. If we still are about to make this move, I saw it as possibly creating a double top, and I says if the dollar would like to go up to here, this could be where crypto is retracing in the market quite heavily. But of course, we've broken down past this extra level of support, and it's basically now our resistance. So it's seeing how the dollar responds here. Looking at the RSI, we're quite low. We are quite low. We could go a bit lower or retrace, but we are quite low on the RSI. So how low could it go? We are now the next zone. We could have this retracement to make a clear retracement back to here, and if we're rejected off this level, then we will be coming down. We will be coming down, which is interesting. If this decides to come down and finds its support here, we could be seeing Bitcoin go into, I don't know what number, but it's gonna just create nicely its new all-time high. Quite nicely. This is how much percentage move from where it is. Oh, not that much. 1%. Not that much. Obviously, yeah, it seems just a bit weak, to be honest. The EMAs are sloping down. They're sloping down. Even if we get that little retrace, which this is where XRP could retrace down, as this is retracing up, just to solidify this as resistance now. But definitely this level, if we're rejected here, is coming down to here. It's coming down to here, and I feel this would be that last movement, as we're still obviously in this new moon energy. Oh no, the other calendar. As we're still in this new moon energy, price is still getting ready to find its resistance. So it makes sense to me. We've got basically 7 more days of being in this energy. And in this time, this cycle, we could be getting this just coming down. Dollar's just a bit weaker, so we see pairs against the dollar moving more upward. A little bit of forex there. Oh, so now you're doing it. A little bit of, this is super messy, I'm so sorry, but that's kind of what I'm seeing. We could just come down, find our support here, which this is where it's causing Bitcoin to go up a little bit more, push the market up that little bit more, and then when we're ready to retrace, this may be invalidated now, this measured move, but we could come back and retest here, or go higher at that point and then come down. So it's just seeing how price responds here, how it responds here. Will it drop another leg lower? Will it drop another leg lower? Why does the laptop do this? It's meant to be an Apple laptop. It should just work, for crying out loud. Yeah, I don't know. I'm seeing just quite a random move, maybe. This is why I'm still not ruling this out, even if it's only up to this level at this point after retracement down to here. But I'm not ruling out this little recovery on the dollar, because that will be the retracement in the crypto market. But my brain is getting tired. What are you seeing? How do you feel this new all-time high? Where do you feel it's going to be for Bitcoin? Do let me know. Someone in the comments is reaching 80k in one of my few videos before. That could be it. It could well be that. And will we just retest where we broke out from, or will we enter into that parallel channel? But either way, it's happening now, people. And if it's not BTC, there's always opportunities. So with that being said, of course, do grab this calendar, follow along with me. Any support is highly appreciated, and I'll see you in the next Crypto Angles podcast. Angel out. Bye.